Okay, so we calculated the spacing between Q4 and Q2, and we found that R24 is equal to 0.065, right? The way we did that was we said that's equal to the square root of 0.06 squared plus the square root of 0.06 squared. Okay, and so now we want to calculate what these values are. So we find that if we calculate the force on charge 2 due to 1, we get 3.6 times 10 to the minus 2 newtons. And we get the same thing here. So we get 3.6 times 10 to the minus 2 newtons. When we calculate F24, we get 1.8 times 10 to the minus 2 newtons. So for the charge on 2, we have to add them together. So we have 3.6 times 10 to the minus 2 newtons. And we can multiply that by 2 because both F21 and F23 are the same. So times 2 plus 1.8 times 10 to the minus 2 newtons. And we get 9.0 times 10 to the minus 2 newtons, which is equal to 0.09 newtons. Now we have to deal with the direction. So that tells us the magnitude. Now we want to figure out the direction. So what I want to do is I want to look at what direction is the force on 2 due to 1. And 1 is pushing 2 away. So the force from this one's going to be that way, in the positive x direction. What about from 3? 3 is also going to be pushing that force away, or that charge away, so it's going to be up. And then we have Q4 is going to be pushing this charge away also, so we're going to have in the positive x and y direction. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to figure out what direction would that be, and we can do this numerically. We can figure out what that angle is, but we can also do this qualitatively. And so we know that this force here is the same as this force here. So we know we're gonna, when we add vectors, right? I can take this vector and add this. So I'm taking this is this vector, and I'm going to add this vector to it, and I get that vector. Right, that's how I would add it. And so now if I have this vector, this vector represents the addition of these two vectors, and I add this one to it, right, I get just a larger vector in the same direction. So I know that my the direction for the force is going to be at a 45-degree angle, and that's because the charges are arranged in a square. If they were arranged in a rectangle, I wouldn't have the same angle. So I know that this is going to be in the direction, the angle, theta, is going to equal 45 degrees. So there we have it. We have the magnitude of the force is 0.09 newtons, and we have the direction is at a positive angle. So this is, we always measure our angle from the x axis, so this is going to be our angle theta, and that's a positive 45 degrees.